Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. Today you join me back on Just Trains' West Coast Main Line, Preston to Carlisle route. We are at Carlisle, and we are going to be heading down to Lancaster instead of Preston. We've got the Class 86 Intercity in the Intercity 2 livery with 86210 City of Edinburgh. We've also got a rake of Mark II Fs and Gaunt's van, no RMB on today, I'm afraid. So yeah, let's get started and let's get everything running here. If you can hear really loud insects in the background, that's because I'm having to keep my window open. It's quite warm in my recording room. Let's do fire alarm test. There we go. Let's do AWS. Let's walk through the locomotive. To set DSD. Yeah. Oh, looks like we've got a Class 47 coming in. Wait, is that a Carlisle military service I see? Yes, it is! Lovely. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What service is that? Vista to Longtown. Oh yeah, I love see it. You love to see it. Yeah, I was going to mention they were in the Carlisle military timetable, but hey, doesn't matter now. All right. If you're wondering what service this is Service 1 Papa 05 Carlisle to Lancaster. So we are actually driving a full-length Class 85 service today. 86. Class 85 is something completely different. Well, not completely different. We are stopping at Penrith, Oxenholme, and Lancaster today. We have 14 minutes to do the approximately 15 miles to Penrith. Also, I have tried to record this video 3 times over the past week, so hopefully everything will be fine today, I hope. Ooh, Class 87. Class 87 in BR Blue with a rake of Mark IIIs. Nice. I haven't driven the Class 87 in ages. I've just been driving the 86 because it's new and so has that shiny allure of newness about it, which the 87 really doesn't have anymore, despite it only being in the game for a few months now. Well, almost a year to be fair. It's just 3 months till it'll be an entire year that Preston to Carlisle's been in the game, which is a bit ridiculous because it feels like just yesterday this route came out. Alright, there's an neutral section, so I will switch off the power controller just so we don't have an overload. And let's monitor the breaker. Power's off. And power's on again. There we go. Let's just make sure we've got the overload resetted. And let's... Right, we haven't got another neutral section till just before Penrith, so we can absolutely punch it until Penrith, I hope. Do want to make sure... Oh, goodness gracious. hang on. Having some slight issues here. What is going on? Ah! Why is my computer making those noises? There we go. Just make sure OBS is recording. I got a new cooling pad for my computer, so hopefully it can handle these hotter temperatures. Alright. Yeah, sorry about that. My computer had a tad of technical issues just then, but it seems to be fine now. Alright, leaving Carlisle. All safety systems on. Steady rain, steady British rain falling. Right now the climate in this area is anything but rainy. It's in fact basically the entirety of the south of England. Well, this is really the south of England, but basically the entire southern half of the United Kingdom is basically in a huge drought at the moment. So, yeah, like, I stayed in Britain for 4 months this year and only had, like, what, maximum 5 days of rain in total, which is a bit ridiculous, considering how normally the climate of that area is much wetter. Alright, we're already at 75 miles an hour and powering up towards Shap Summit. Since my computer's been having issues recently with the heat, I will be splitting this video into 2 parts, not uploading it as 2 parts. So you'll just see it as basically just one continuous video. I'll be saving the game, logging off, letting my computer cool down, then reloading that save and continuing the trip. You'll basically see it as one continuous trip, but I'll see it as yeah. Alright, OBS is doing its job, thank heavens. Right. Sheep, I think. Performance already seems to be better, which is nice. Oh, what train was that? Hang on a second. What are you? Oh, you're a mail train. I thought as much. Mail train. Looks like yeah, it's a Class 87 mail train. Interesting. So what is it? 87, sorry, 209. 029 Earl Marischal. I think I've driven it before. Oh boy, oh boy. No you don't, 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 no you don't. March 25 seems to be doing the job. Oh, crumbs. There we go. I'm not hitting the speed limits today. Oh yeah. Running the Class 86, man, on Preston to Carlisle. This isn't my favourite run to do in the game. I think my favourite run is doing the Class 86 from Preston to Carlisle, stopping at Lancaster, Oxenholme, Penrith and Carlisle. But I think definitely this is running the Class 86 on Preston to Carlisle is a good day of the week in my books. Hopefully my new computer cooling pad is doing the job it's supposed to be doing. You can probably hear it on the recording, and you can probably also hear the insects being absolutely going absolutely ballistic outside my window. Sneeze. Ah. Sorry, I had to mute my mic because I sneezed. Ugh. 11 miles to Penrith. Absolutely zooming toward Penrith and Carlisle. Not Carlisle. What am I saying? Preston. Goodness gracious. I think one of my biggest dreams is to do a cab ride along the Preston to Carlisle line. I don't know how I would do it. I don't know if it would be in something that does like regular passenger services or like a rail tour train, but I want to do a cab ride along this route. I don't know when I would do it, but I just want to do that someday because this is probably my favourite stretch of railway line in the entirety of the UK. Apart from Maiden, yeah. Because, yeah, it just holds a special place in my heart. Like, I was interested in it even before I was a Train Sim World player. I actually was considering, instead of Train Sim World, I was actually heavily considering getting TS Classic and just getting a ton of the Armstrong Powerhouse enhancement packs. And, yeah, I eventually settled on... Oh, goodness gracious, I just almost knocked my phone into my lap. But I decided to get Train Sim World instead. And honestly, despite the bugs, the stutters, the complaining, the developers, I'm not... Rivet Games, I'm looking at you, buddy. I don't really regret having gotten Train Sim World instead of TS Classic, but as I was saying, I actually watched quite a few of the West Coast Mainline North videos that were made on Train Sim Classic back in the day, like with the Armstrong Powerhouse 86s and 87s, Dovetail Games' Advanced Passenger Train, that kind of thing. So, yeah, it's a piece of track that holds a special place in my heart. 7.5 miles to run to Penrith, and we have just under 5 minutes to get there. Lovely jubbly. We should be able to get there in time. We haven't got too long a passenger train today. Look at us absolutely flying. I do love the 80s. Do love the 86. We've actually got one of the rare ones without the cables. Oh my goodness. Look how much those carriages are bouncing on the suspension. That's insane. Trying to drive a train and type things out on my things to do list on my phone is a recipe for disaster. Ah, Tree Sim World. Goodness gracious. Hang on. Yeah, we haven't got a long formation today. Oh goodness. That's 101 miles an hour. Come on, brake, 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 brake. Five miles to Penrith. Let's do a very slight speed increase. I love the 86. Like, it is my favorite British train ever made, and I still find it a massive pity that I was not able to go to the Greatest Gathering and see one in person. By that time, I had already left the UK, and besides, by the time I found out about it, tickets were already sold out. I was able to go there like via social media stuff, like YouTube videos, things like that, but unfortunately I was not able to go, and I think that's one of the things I'm going to regret most about this year, like not able to go to one of literally the greatest gathering of British trains in a century? Half a century? Like, yeah, oh well. Alright, OBS is still doing its thing. Lovely jubbly. Oh yeah, absolutely zooming. I am... Any day I drive the Class 86 is a absolute banger in my books. But I do believe that the Class 86 still hasn't gotten to its full potential in TSW just yet. I believe Just Train should do a gameplay pack, and I know I'm normally against gameplay packs, but there are a few which make total sense of which I absolutely love. Skyhook's Cargo Line Volume 4 Military, for instance, the Class 37 Euro Phoenix in Euro Phoenix colors. I think we have a neutral section coming up, so I'll shut it down. Yeah, I believe Just Trains should do a gameplay pack where they take the Class 86 and modernize it and make two different versions of it. Make one version with a Freightliner livery to layer onto West Coast Main Line South and ECML Peterborough to Doncaster, and then another version to layer onto, and then another version which is like a rail tour version. Because the version we have right now is not very good for rail tours because it's so heavily optimized for 1986 and for the West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle time period that... Oh, and... just make sure we can... Yeah. You know what I mean, like, the Class 86 is definitely not up to its full potential yet. They could do a rail tour Class 87 if I'm being brutally honest. Alright, here we go. We're late, but I don't care. I'm having fun. Does anything pull into Penrith Platform 3? No. If there was a service in the 24-hour timetable that parks there, it would have shown up. Sadly, nothing shows up. Left doors unlocked, releasing train brake. Welcome to Penrith. OBS is still doing its thing, thankfully. Yeah. Oh. Stupid DSD. I forgot it also functions as basically like a vigilance system, which is annoying. 86210 City of Edinburgh. What a good looking livery this thing has. Like, it's also weathered really nicely too. These things look as though they've been in service for a good few years, but also maintained well as well. There's the God's van. I should probably go in here and turn like everything on. No, on. Oh, there's another train pulling in. I'll probably have to go and see who that was on. There's another passenger service pulling into Penrith. Interesting. See who it is on the photo mode. Let's have a look at the photo mode. All the way down. All the way down. Oh, it's another 86. That's a Mark 1 RMB. So yeah, it's definitely another 86. Let's see. It is... Ooh, it's 86213 Lancashire Witch. From this area. This is Lancashire, isn't it? I'm not too high up on my Britain geography, but I'm pretty sure this is Lancashire that we're in right now. So, yeah, right at home. Good looking livery, that is. That's the Intercity 3. Right. Doors are shut. Let's go. Come on. Run her up so we don't roll backward. Alright, next stop Oxenholme in 25 miles. Let's go. Alright. I'm so paranoid about OBS braking recently, man. Come on, buddy. Run you up pretty quickly. Oxenholme is basically the halfway point along the route, but basically the halfway point for our trip today is going to be Shap Summit because we aren't going all the way to Preston. This is the only service that this is one of only 2 services that doesn't do the full Preston to Carlisle run. There's this service which goes from Carlisle to Lancaster, and then there's one other service which I've also done on the channel, which goes from goes from Lancaster down to Preston, which is like the only under half an hour run which you can do with the 86 in timetable mode. Believe we don't have the next neutral section for a bit, which is good. Nice viaduct we're going over. Yeah, we've got a very small formation today. Yeah. One thing that Just Trains do need to do, they promised that they would add this cool little blind animation to the Class 87. Currently, the 87 blind can only do this, and it can't go down or up. It can't go up or down like this. So, hopefully they add it. Can't wait until they do. Oh, I forgot to notch up. Stupid of me. Oh, man. When absolutely... I know it's raining, but what an absolutely great day to drive up Preston to Carlisle. Like, holy, what an absolute treat. Ooh, nice viaduct. Also, another thing that I love about Preston to Carlisle is every single bit of stock that Just Trains has made that layers onto this route, like, or is included with the route, all of it has suspension, which I absolutely love, because, like, you take out anything that has Just Trains wagons or Just Trains, like, locomotives, it's guaranteed to have suspension. And I love that. It just adds so much to the immersion. Run you down. Absolutely zooming. One good thing about having such a small formation is I don't think we'll have any trouble about getting it to the top of Shap. do have an 80 limit coming up, so I will have to keep an eye on that. And down. Alright, we've slowed down in time. 80 limit is in force. Right, OBS is still doing its thing. I keep checking on it because I'm so paranoid. Having 3 recordings fail on you within, what, a week is enough to cause paranoia, I think. But this is the first time I've recorded TSW using my new cooling pad that I got from my laptop, so hopefully this'll help do the trick. My goodness, this is slow. 80 miles an hour feels so slow. One thing that Avanti West Coast, I know, changing the subject a bit, that Avanti West Coast has, like, a problem with, the only trains that they've got that are capable of fully utilizing line speed are the Class 390, the aging Class 390 Pendolinos, which they're currently in the process of refurbishing. However, what will happen when they need to retire the Pendolinos, which won't be too far in the future, and then they won't have any other tilting trains capable of going 125 miles an hour on the West Coast Main Line. All they'll have are those Class 87 Hitachi IET things, which they're gradually bringing into service. Which I should say are not capable of tilting. Oh, we can go back up to 95, that's good. 17 miles to go. Still climbing. There's Harrison sidings off to the right. If anyone knows if there are any timetable services that go in there, please do let me know, because I've never been able to find any. And we're still climbing. Oh boy. Passing through Shat Town Village. I don't know if it's a town or a village. So still climbing, baby. There's Hartdale Quarry in the distance. There's a really good shunting service that you can do there. If you've got the Tees Valley line in those cement wagons, then that's really good. Alright. There's the branch off to Hondale. there any trains there at this time of day. Here's Shep Summit. Cut the power. Absolutely zooming past Shep. And from here, it's basically downhill all the way to Hess Bank. There's the sign. And save the game. Just save it twice just to make sure. So yeah, that'll be this is the end of part 1. I will see you for part 2. For you it'll just be a quick cut, but for me it'll probably be like half an hour of waiting for my computer to cool down. So I'll see you then.
A few minutes later.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back about an hour later after my computer has cooled down. Textures are loading back in because I just reloaded the save. Are all the safeties on? Yeah, AWS is on. What about DSD? DSD is on. Lovely. Yeah. I've never used that, but I don't think I've ever used the save game stuff before. Apparently the clouds have... It's not as overcast as it was. Lovely. I think the save game function is slightly broken, but there we go. We'll be fine. So yeah, we've just come off... For those who are just joining us, we just passed Shap Summit and have 13 miles until Oxenholme. And since we have such a small train formation today, we should have be able to use the loco brake and not have to use the train brake to get down, because this is definitely the steeper side of Shap. Shut you down. OBS is doing fine. Start the local brake going. Wonder what other trains we'll see today. In my just a bit, if you've gotten this far into the video, then congratulations, because you get to know what the next video is going to be about. I'll be driving the Class 87 on this route from Preston to Carlisle with container wagons. So getting up Shap with those wagons is going to definitely be interesting. Looks like the gradient has leveled out a bit. On that 1.3% heading up to Shap, the Class 86 actually begins to lose speed if you put it at full power. There's the M6 motorway. Zooming. We are absolutely flying. Here's T-Bay Goods Loop, which is probably one of the bigger ones on the route. want to confirm something real quick. Let's turn the tail out. Oh, neutral section. This is my favourite section of the route, running through the Lake District. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at that. That is gorgeous. And let's try and get a good screenshot while we're here. Why not? Let's lower the field of view just a tad. There we go. Let's decrease the depth of field just a bit. There we go. There we go. Alright, OBS is still doing its thing. Lovely jubbly. Oh, Treesome World. Still, now we're heading uphill, but on average we go downhill all the way to Hest Bank. Can't believe my save game breaks the weather. Like, it's still raining, but it's as if it's on the light clouds preset. That's ridiculous. Seven and a half miles to Oxenholme. Oh man, this is so slow. But this is what the class 86/0s are stuck at, because they didn't get the rebuilt suspension at the end of the 60s. They're still they were always stuck at 80. Oof. So yeah, after Oxenholme, we'll have Lancaster. We're scheduled to arrive at Oxenholme at 12:25 and Lancaster at 12:47. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Shut it down. We're basically downhill all the way from here to Carnforth, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I'm having too much fun blowing the horn. Just under 5 miles to go to our next stop. What a good view. That is beautiful. Nice viaduct. 90 limit coming up. Alright, 90 limit coming up. 3.5 miles to go. Two miles, we're going to start thinking about braking. There's the 90 limit. There, it's coming to force. Wow, that is a heck of a staggering view, that is. You can see for miles. Miles. Let's put the loco brake on. There's the town of Oxenholme to our right hand side. There's a train at Oxenholme. There is the Cardiff Central to Glasgow Central and Edinburgh Waverley 1 Sierra 61. I think I'm probably going to be late, but I don't really care. I need to get this stop at Oxenholme right, because it's on such a steep downhill grade. Where's my DSD acknowledgement? Oh, it's another Class 86! Nice! Just leaving. With a couple of Mark 2As at that formation. Oh no. Release. Oh no, I'm going to stop so early. Please no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. Oh my goodness, what a budged stop from yours truly. Hang on. I need to figure out how far... I need to just get the rear carriage of the platform. Oh my goodness, what a budged stop from yours truly. Oof. I feel really bad about that, actually. There we go. We're here for the next 2 minutes, so might as well take a look around. Are there any collectibles in here I haven't gotten yet? Not as far as I can tell. Wow, those are some big pies. Oh yeah, hello, mint snack. Need to get that, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, look how far up the platform we were. This is ridiculous. If there are any collectibles outside. Oh yeah, there's a rail tool poster and a castle diorama. Oof, those are rare. Those castle dioramas. Alright, gotta wait for 1 more minute. "30 seconds, and then next stop will be our last one at Lancaster." Feels so weird saying the last stop is Lancaster when it's very normally Preston. There's the guard whistle. Next and final stop, Lancaster in 18 miles. Beans. See you, Oxenholme. Oh yeah, since we're on downhill, we're actually getting insane acceleration. Neutral section, no, that's annoying. And we'll be able to go up to our top speed of 100 as well. That neutral section sign. Zoom in. See if I can see it at this as soon as I see it, I'll switch it off because it... Oh yeah, there it is. Hang on. Shut it down. Shut it down. Alright, let's keep an eye on those indicators. Let's just do a overload reset just to be sure, and let's run her back up. At least we're still accelerating at the downhill. That's full juice. 15 miles an hour to go until we get to 100. My goodness, I have to run this thing down. Okay, we're leveling out. Somewhat. Yeah, it's a very short formation we have today. Just what? Five Mark IIFs, with one of them being a partial guards van. We do have a 110 limit coming up, but I won't be able to make use of that because the 86 isn't certified for 110. Only the class 87 is. Absolutely flying southward. 16 minutes to do 14 miles. Since we do have a 15-mile-an-hour approach limit into Lancaster, that does seem reasonable. I love how weathered the cab is. Really gives you the impression that this is a lifted, worked-in machine, not really something like a... Just to take a random example, Class 801 Azuma. Those things are brand spanking new, and they've basically got zero wear and tear to them in TSW. But yeah, these things have they feel lived in and worked in, and at this point they were pushing 2 decades old, so they weren't. The 86s were by no means spring chickens at this point. There's a bus. Nice. You don't see too much AI traffic. It's usually on the M6 when you're going parallel to that in the Lake District, but even ironically, a lot of the traffic is taken off of the Niedertalbahn because a lot of the German models and makes of models were in use in Britain too in this time period. This is actually thanks to trains from Germany that there's that traffic there. Let's run her up. Can't be that far to Carlisle, right? Where are we? Zoom out with my absolutely broken mouse wheel. Not too far, maybe like 3-4 miles. I'm doing a lot more fly past shots today for some reason. Probably because I'm actually enjoying the heck out of this trip. OBS is still working, lovely jubbly. 11 miles to run. Nine miles to go. I should be getting more than enough points today I know, like, I won't be getting a lot of accuracy points for my extremely bad stop at Oxenholme. I did an Oxenholme at Oxenholme, I just realised. So if anyone... I did the opposite of an Oxenholme. If anyone watches Tintin 57's channel, let's face it, you probably do. But, yeah. You'll get the reference. Seven and a half miles to run. Still heading toward the sea. There goes a Class 87 with a braking mark 3s. Nope. Coming up to Carnforth Air. Get ready to blast the horn for the rail fans waiting at the Carnforth platform. Straight through Carnforth. Pity no high-speed trains stop here. In this, I believe the high-speed platforms at Carnforth were removed in, dare I say, the mid-1950s. Yeah, I think so. Oh, we are losing speed for a bit of an extra boost. We're on the approach to Hess Bank, which means we are getting closer to a neutral section, so I should probably keep an eye out for that. I've hit all the neutral sections today. I'm pretty proud of myself. Down. There we go, notch 19 seems to be holding us decently. Neutral section warning sign. So I will just shut it down now. Alright, coming up to Hest Bank, so let's prepare to give the trade spotters some horn. There we go, straight through Hest Bank. Favorite spot to trade spot in TSW by far. Absolutely beautiful spot. There is the Irish Sea as the only spot where the West Coast Main Line gets even near to the sea. Along its entire route, most of the time is actually inland. I believe the East Coast Main Line is a bit better. It does have a long section where it, like north of between Newcastle and Edinburgh, where it runs pretty close to sea. That's a double yellow, so let's get the brakes going. It seems as though we have a red signal before Lancaster. That is not good. Not good at all. There is the branch line to Morecambe coming in. So annoying. There's a single yellow. I believe notch 1 of brake should be more than enough. So as long as we gently do it, should be fine. We have 7.5 minutes to do a mile. That is actually nuts. We are very early. Sign of the signal up ahead? Not yet. We are starting to get more rain on the windscreen now. Just release the brakes since we're at 20. That should be more than enough for us to stop. There it is. There's the red signal. Dang it. Let's give the signaler a jolt. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Alright, let's give her some extra welly. I'll do it up to 30 miles an hour. We should be more than early enough into Lancaster. Go. Coming over the river, there's the River Loon Bridge. Yeah, we'll be very early into Lancaster, I must say. What platform are we going into anyway? Ooh, rare platform 5, which is not the platform normally used for West Coast mainline services, I gotta say. Nice River Loon crossing. Love the bridge. I just love the ambient environment on this route. There's a reason I think it's my favorite route in the game. Give the loco brake some time to... Yeah, I think we have to 15... I think we should start slowing down to 15 as soon as we start going onto this siding here. There's a Class 87 with a rake of steel wagons. Empty steel wagons, I might add. Wonder what service that is. That is 6 Sierra 42 D Marsh to Moss End. There's the 15 limit. Sound the horn. There's a GMPT Pacer. A double header GMPT Pacer. You do love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. 101 waiting in the side there. Goodness gracious, that is a lot of flange squeal. There's our red signal. Yeah, we're so early. We're like 4 minutes early. I do like that. I do love that. That we're so early. Oh no, that stop marker's so close to that red signal. That's just asking for a spad, man. So I'll just have to be careful with the loco brake. If I can get the loco brake to do it properly. We have more than enough time to do a really, really good stop. Alright, easy does it. And brake. Unlock the doors, and welcome to Lancaster. Come on. Let's wait for everyone. Let's wait for the passengers to get aboard, and then this service will be here for a long time. Oh, I think my drone camera was affecting the traffic because one of them honked at me. That's funny. So yeah, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.